I for one am very excited that Disney Star Wars is now going to look like a bunch of black women cosplaying as Starvin Marvin from South Park. So this is going to be great. This is what I've always wanted in my Star Wars content.
I thought it was an Auton from Doctor Who. My bad.
It's easy to
this interview was painful to listen to, and I know Volume Dealer gives me a hard time when I kind of say like or a little bit too often in the chat. I feel like I've kind of cleaned that up a little bit. I've tried to work on that.
Too, but
this was
this is so bad. This is like me and John on crack. Like,
no, as a matter of fact, when I was reading this last night, I think I even made literally said out. It's like I feel dumb reading this, but it's not me that's like butchering this. This is like me actually reading like line for line what she's saying here.
I'm
it's like
reading the transcript. Yeah,
yeah.
Sometimes I try and clean that up a little bit. I'll be like, all right, I'll be nice and get rid of this. But it was so egregious. Like, even if I cleaned it up even a little bit, she still says it like 20 times in a row. So let's actually play this so you guys can hear it. I think if we go down, I think I have it set. If we hit play within the article, I don't know how that'll work, Cider. I hope I have it at the moment where she says it. Nope, I don't. Okay.
Hey,
I think it might be one of the first questions. I think it's her first thing. Okay, this is Christina. This is weird too. We can even do this because I thought this was just. Who thinks this is entertaining? So let's actually play this beginning part here.
The Force is female, John. That's who it's entertaining towards.
Yeah, you. You want to meet some more cast members from the Acolyte?
No.
She's like trying to whisper to an entire crowd. I don't get it.
It's the Cap. It's Cap from the end of Avengers or Endgame.
Assemble. They all talk like they're in the movie Mean Girls. Like they all talk like they're high school juniors. Like this is what it is. And these people are like pushing 40.
No, what we've said, her and the redhead chick, that Kristen Biver, they all act like they're kindergarten substitute teachers. Not even the real teacher. That's how they treat you and act and talk. Yeah. That's what it is.
And then they say like it's made for kids.
Come here. You people at home, you people in the audience. I won't make it weird, I promise.
It is. It's already weird. Yeah, it's already like it's weird. It's creepy.
This is what you do when you're not funny and you don't have the ability to entertain.
Closer. Because I got you, fam. It's Jodie-Turner-Smith and Rebecca Henderson.
I don't.
Who? Yeah.
I don't think anyone in the crowd knows who they are.
There's more production on that stage than in like The Mandalorian. Like that's insanity. That's not shot on volume.
All right, now you can just skip a little bit ahead. She asks the question, well, like who they tell us about your characters. I think is what she says. So excited
to welcome you all out. Everybody, can we please
just,
get one
skip a little bit? You can skip a little bit ahead, Cider. There.
The other woman's in
there. There you go. There you go. Right here. Right here.
Okay. Well, let me try to talk about this without getting fired or murdered.
Everyone says this too. I hate this. I'm so tired of this line. Let me try and tell you about my character without. It's overplayed.
Get it? Because the studio doesn't want me to give up any details about the story, guys.
And it doesn't even make any sense because you're literally at a studio-sponsored convention where a studio employee is literally asking you to tell you about the character. Like, how dumb! Like, it's. I don't know. I'm sick of this stuff. I'm sick of they think we're stupid, and it's like we figured this out. We get that when you go on Jimmy Kimmel or whoever is doing late night now. What is the other guy? What is the other guy? I don't know. Who's the Tonight Show guy? Jimmy Fallon.
There's too many Jimmys in late night at this point.
Yeah, I wanted to say Jimmy Stewart, and I was like, no, Jimmy Stewart's actually like a good actor.
Jimmy, that would be way better. He'd be a way better host.
But we know when you go on to Jimmy Fallon, the whole point is to sell whatever you're selling, and it's approved by the studio. Like they gave him questions, like that for him to ask you. It's all canned. There's no actual.
It's not like you're like stopping by a friend's house and you haven't seen them in a while. It's like they planned this out months ago. They had to, like we always say, they had to run it through everybody, through legal, through. It doesn't just. It's stupid. Just tell us.
Yeah. So I'm just, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just like sick of all these. And it's not just her. They all do it. they're like, where's Dave Filoni? Where's Leslie Headland? Where's Jon Favreau? They're gonna get me. And it's like, oh, Jon Favreau's always got eyes everywhere. Dave Filoni's always watching. And it's just like, what? Like, just stop, please. It's just the same lines repeated ad nauseum.
That's why they print their scripts on invisible, uncopyable ink. It is secrecy.
And then they leave them underneath like hotel rooms for.
And then when somebody finds it, they don't sue them into oblivion. They like give them money. Okay.
That was such a terrible lie from
in my head all the time.
J.J. Abrams. Do you remember that, Tim? When Abrams said that the script leaks were from like a cleaning lady that
I don't remember that.
Her bed. He went on like Good Morning America or one of the whatever the one Strahan is on. I think whatever that one is, whatever the ABC one is.
Yeah, whatever it
is. And because all those Reddit links for Rise of Skywalker were true and had come out, and he said he said it was because someone had left a full script underneath a bed in a hotel room, and like a cleaning person got a hold of it.
Yeah, and then like a cleaning person got a hold of it, and they found out she got a hold of it because she was trying to sell it on eBay. And they just asked her for it back, and they gave her like $20 or something. And it's like,
los papeles. eBay. Yeah.
And we know like Marvel Studios literally has scripts on like crazy ink that like they can tell when it's read or whatever. You have to like look at it under a certain light and stuff.
They blame Boyega.
They did. They blamed Boyega for it.
Jeez.
They tried to like make him take the fall. It's like, what? But yeah, okay. So let's listen to this. Let's keep going here. Sorry, I went on a little bit of a tangent there.
So my character, she's a powerful leader.
Of course, she's powerful and courageous.
It's almost as if the future is female.
She's not a Jedi.
Higher.
I'm guessing she's not a Jedi. Because the other woman literally says, "My character is a Jedi."
Everybody's a Jedi, but she can't let you know. It's a secret that she's a Jedi. That
no, the other woman who she's sitting next to.
No, I'm talking about Jodie. She's going to be the secret Jedi. Like you won't know it until the show airs.
Maybe. KJ doesn't like
powerful leader. Yes.
That whole outfit just looks like something that escaped out of the mouth of hell. I'm just putting that out there.
It looks like she got her tips from Sam Britton.
Put a helmet on her, and she'll look like the people from Last Jedi that
the Praetorian Guards.
Thank you. Sorry, I don't know Disney Star Wars, John.
They show up in the Mandalorian, the most recent episode.
Nice.
But they're actually using.
But there's no connection to the Disney trilogy, guys. Yeah. Don't forget.
Oh, there's so much connection in this one. They literally talk about Project Necromancer, which is how they're going to bring Sidious back. Hux's dad is in it, and they got the guy. They got the brother of Hux to play his dad in it. I mean, it's all connected. They have Thrawn's right-hand guy from the Heir to the Empire, Pelion, I think is his name, is in it as well.
Yeah, and by the way, his name,
the Rebels show too.
His name was mentioned on Rebels. I don't think it showed him, but I think the name was mentioned on a comm or something.
It's at the very end when Thrawn calms him, when the whales are basically destroy the entire
so this may interest
entire
you.
Fleet.
Really quick here, 20 seconds. This may interest you, but in Heir to the Empire trilogy, right? Some people call it the Thrawn trilogy.
Right.
Pelion is like the Watson to Thrawn's Holmes. Like literally, even the art they started doing on him has the mustache and everything. So he's
they did make him look good.
Questioning. Yes, exactly.
The guy
so
looks,
once you read that, you'll see it.
The guy actually does look like the character from the EU in The Mandalorian. He's got like the big bushy, like the actor legit looks like him. The costuming did a pretty good job. Albeit we only see it's through a hologram because it's Gideon like in a shadow council with all these other Imperial leaders.
Oh, I did a fan cast of Heir to the Empire for the expandeduniverse.com about a year ago. Like about 7 or 8 articles. So FYI, that's out there somewhere if you search for it.
The guy, I think I have the guy who plays him in one of the articles. I mentioned him. Let me me see. Or I took a screenshot of him. I can't remember. I know. I feel like I wrote his name down. I looked at it. I don't know. I'll find that later. All right, let's keep playing this here.
Very woman-centered world, which I was very excited.
All right, woman-centered.
Oh, that's a shocker.
We already knew this. I mean, this was how it was originally reported in the trades before it was even announced by Disney. Like 2020, I think, was when they first announced this show on May 4th.
It was 2020. Yeah, it's when I first found Ryan's channel. Yes.
Yeah. But they I think Deadline and all the trades were calling it female-centric. Leslie Headland then did a couple like Fantastic Frankie confirming that it was female-centric and saying that's what it was. So this isn't surprising. She's just doubling down on how the show has been described and how it's clearly being made with Headland in charge. Yeah, Leslie Tarkin says, as a woman, I don't want a woman-centered show. I'm sorry, I misgendered you earlier. Leslie is a name that can go both ways. I'm apologize for that.
We just assumed it was like Leslie Nelson and not like the other Leslie. So there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, this is not surprising, but here we go. Like just throwing it in our face even more.
Because I feel like Star Wars is very like patriarchal. So
there we go. Very like patriarchal. Let's keep going. All right. I mean,
I remember Princess Luke. I mean, don't you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is literally women who were never Star Wars fans looking at the franchise, going, there's not enough women on this thing. Let's change that. We need to update this for our modern audience. So now everything's just gonna be all about the women.
I think OG Star Wars also made a really good point when responding to our coverage on this. George talks about why there aren't any real like women soldiers, and it's because women aren't usually fighting on the front lines. That's not to say you don't have women warriors, especially World War II. There was a lot of very important women. You had the Soviet snipers, very famous Soviet snipers. You have the whole spy network, especially through I think what was it? I want to say like the Netherlands, very like key up there. There's actually a really good movie showing one of the women and her role during one of the battles and how she is she's basically the one who gets shows the allies how to avoid the bridge and use cross the river when it's at a low tide. There's an area where they can cross so they aren't kind of pigeonholed and stuff like that.
When you get into Return of the Jedi, and you can't really see them easily, but on Endor and even fighter pilots, there are some women,
right
on the side of the rebellion. And then that's what the expanded universe is for too, because they really flesh that out. Not just with, frontline soldiers, but the very last thing that they had planned to publish before the acquisition was Sword of the Jedi, starring Jaina, who, is Han and Leia's daughter. She had just defeated her brother who had turned evil in lightsaber combat, and she's now the star of the entire franchise. So these people, and this isn't anything against normies, but this lady talking right here, Jodie-Turner-Smith, I guess, right? Unless you know what you're talking about, like, shut up. It's not patriarchal because the franchise itself went beyond the films. And plus you had Leia. She was like arguably like more in power than Han and Luke were, if you think about it.
100%. I mean, she is one of the commanders of the Rebel Alliance. We see that's highlighted specifically in Empire Strikes Back, where she is in charge of that base on Hoth. She's the one making a lot of the decisions there.
She sasses Darth Vader at the very beginning of the film. I mean, come on.
Yeah, she does. And she's also a part of the Galactic Senate at that point, because that's before we get the Imperial Senate. That's before we get the news that the Senate has been dissolved and they're giving power to the Imperial warlords. And that's how she sasses Vader. That's what she says. She's like, I'm on a diplomatic mission. You're harassing a member of the Imperial Senate. And I mean, obviously we have Mon Mothma as well. Even if you want to look at like, so what's crazy is like obviously Disney canon is not patriarchal at all. Who leads the fight on Scarif? It's Jyn Erso. Who leads? Look at the goat, like that Spectre in Star Wars Rebels. Who leads that? That's Harrison Dula. You've got the Sabine Wren, and who else is on that team? Ahsoka shows up all the time over there as well. So I mean, it's just even looking at Disney, Rey was literally the star of the sequel trilogy, and to make this claim after that, it's utterly ridiculous. We don't even have to.
Like I said, they're not counting what they've done in the last couple of years. They're basically sliding George Lucas's Star Wars as not being female friendly enough, not having enough women. They're literally rebelling against what the creator of this series actually created that people actually liked. And it's like, no, we don't like what he did, so we're going to do our own thing and put our own spin on it.
Right.